Station, this is Houston. Are you ready for the event?
I'm ready for the event.
European Space Agency, this is Mission Control, Houston. Please call station for a voice check.
Hej Andreas, var det godt at se dig? Og du passer godt på rumkuglen, kan jeg se.
To see you.
Vi er næsten 500 mennesker her i Næstved, og der er mange.
We are about 500 people here and so many more people that are watching. Do you want to say hi?
Hej alle sammen, og velkommen til Columbus Laboratoriet
Welcome
på den internationale
to our Columbus
der nu har været
lab on the International Space Station.
snart 5 måneder. Og jeg er glad for, at jeg kan deltage
I've been here for almost 6 months, and I'm very happy that I can share part of my day with you. What does life look like from where you are currently down on Earth?
Jamen, jorden er utrolig smuk at se fra
very beautiful
fra rummet.
And very beautiful to see from space.
Man
It's a very special experience.
Meget hurtigt på opmærksom på, hvor unik jorden er.
You very quickly realize how unique the Earth is.
Om jorden. Altså, vi er omgivet af sort.
We are surrounded by just black.
Og derfor så forstår man, hvor vigtigt det er, at vi passer på jorden. Jorden er ikke alene vores hjem.
By that, we understand how important it is to take good care of the Earth. The Earth is our home.
Der er ikke nogen anden udvej, hvis vi ødelægger jorden.
If we destroy the Earth, we have no plan B. We have no other option. When you look from up there, what is making life on Earth so special?
Jamen, det er jo... altså alt, hvad man kan se, jorden er jo bare
everything on Earth.
Altså, vi kan se det ene minut, så ser vi skovområder, frodige landbrugsområder. Det næste, så flyver
woods and agricultural spaces, and then we see water.
Der næsten ikke er noget liv, fordi der ikke er noget vand.
And then in other areas, we see there is hardly any life because there is no water.
Så flyver vi over Stillehavet, der er enormt stort. Altså det er
right now we're above the Pacific Ocean. It's huge.
Og så er så mange forskellige specielle ting. Her for
there's so many special aspects
der fandt jeg ud af,
at
en af de ting, jeg har set, som jeg har undret mig lidt over, altså nede i
one of the things that I've seen that I've wondered about.
Der var sådan nogle lyseblå, turkise
we saw some light blue turquoise
ting i vandet, som
things in the water.
Lavt vand, men det viser så, eller har jeg så senere fundet ud af, at det faktisk er store
later I found out
plankton
this is big plankton
altså, så der er så
groupings of plankton. There's so many special things that you can see from up here.
Andreas, hvornår mødte du først din kærlighed til naturen?
Andreas, when did you discover your love of Earth or the love of nature?
Jamen altså,
do you hear us?
Det at rejse
yes,
og opleve
I do hear you.
Jorden, opleve lande
to travel and experience countries and different places and cultures.
Jeg var ikke engang fyldt et år, da vi første gang
started very early for me. I was just 10 when we moved to Thailand the first time outside of Denmark, and the rest of my childhood we moved between Denmark and other countries. We lived some years in Singapore in the middle of the 80s, and at the end of the road there was a little forest with monkeys, and sometimes the wild monkeys, they would, walk on the telephone wires by our house. So to travel and experience and see nature, different kinds of nature has been part of my life always. Andreas, this is Helle.
Kan man, undskyld, jeg er sådan helt, det er for stort.
How can you, I'm sorry, this is so big. Sorry, you've traveled so much in nature, also here on Earth. Can you tell us about your greatest experience?
Ja, altså min måske største oplevelse,
my perhaps biggest experience. I might have been 19 after my first year in university in England at Imperial College in London, and in the summer break, I went on a expedition with other students. We were sailing on a canoeing through the Amazonas.
Rio del Negro-floden, altså hvor
we went to on different rivers in the Amazonas, and we lived in the jungle. The first part, we didn't see any people at all. We were in the rainforest. Later, we passed through little villages with maybe 50 people that lived on the river. Very impressive, huge experience. Great.
Og hvordan er der 400 kilometer væk fra den.
And now you're 400 kilometers out from the Earth.
Kunne du høre det? Hvordan
Did
er
you
det
hear
at være
that?
400 kilometer væk
Den skal jeg lige have igen.
What is it like to be 400 kilometers away from nature,
kilometer væk fra den smukke planet?
away from the beautiful planet that we have?
Ja, altså det er jo et smukt syn, og jeg elsker at sidde.
It's a very beautiful
Jeg
vision,
savner
and
jorden, det gør
I
jeg.
love
Altså
to
det er jo
sit
et
here
smukt
and
syn at
look at
sidde
it, and I
i
miss the
kupler og
Earth.
kigge ned på
It's beautiful
vores
to sit
blå planet,
in
men
the cupola
det er jo ikke det
and
samme.
look at
Jeg
our blue
savner
planet, but it's not the same as being there. I miss the feeling
jeg savner
of the
brisen,
warm
jeg savner
sun.
duften af græsset
I
og
found
træerne.
the
Jeg
smell of
savner
the
bare
grass,
det at
the
åbne en
trees.
dør og træde udenfor. Det gør
I
jeg.
miss opening a
Og
door and step
lyden af
outside. I
naturen,
really
altså
do.
det er
And the sounds of
altså det er
nature,
meget,
I miss
meget
that.
unaturligt.
It's very unnatural
en af
to
de
be in
forsøg,
this
jeg har
lab.
heroppe, det er faktisk et
One
virtual
of the
reality
experiments that I have is
sæt,
a
jeg bruger
virtual
til
reality set that I'm
ligesom
using
genopfriske mig, hjælpe min
to
psyke, og
refresh
det er faktisk vidunderligt.
my psyche,
og en af de ting,
my
jeg
mental
elsker
health,
ved
and
den her
that's
virtual
wonderful.
reality,
And one of the things
sæt,
I
jeg bruger,
love
det er
about it
lyden, altså at høre lyden
is the sound,
fuglene, der
sounds
kvidrer,
of
høre lyden
birds
af vinden, der
chirping, and the
blæser
sound
igennem
of the
siblerne,
wind
igennem
blowing
bladene.
through
Det
the
elsker jeg. Det er noget, jeg
through the
savner.
leaves. I love that in this virtual reality. I really miss
syn
that.
på jorden og din kærlighed til naturen
Did
ændrer
your
sig efter
view
du
on
blev
Earth
astronaut og
and
kom
your
ud i
love of
rummet?
nature change after you became an astronaut and traveled to space?
Ja, til dels det har den. Altså, man kan ikke undgå at blive
Partly, yes.
påvirket
You
jorden,
cannot
og
help
fra,
being
altså, som jeg sagde
affected
tidligere, så
watching
forstår
the
man,
Earth from up
at
here.
det er vores eneste hjem, og vi skal passe
You
på jorden.
understand this is
Men
our only
man
home.
ser
We have
også
to
jorden som
take care of
en
it.
helhed. Altså, man
But
kan
you
ikke
also
se
see the
grænser
Earth
mellem lande, for eksempel.
as a unity.
Så
You
man
don't
begynder
see
at
the
forstå,
difference
at
between the different
landegrænser, det er
countries,
noget
and you start
menneskeskabt,
to
noget unaturligt.
understand that
Og det
country borders
det er
is an
jorden, det er
unnatural,
vi er alle sammen
humanly
biler,
made
vi bor
thing.
side om side, vi er alle sammen mennesker.
We all
Og hvis
share
vi
the
kunne
Earth, and we all
lære
live
at
together
samarbejde
side
lidt
by
bedre,
side. And if we could learn
end
to
vi gør i dag,
cooperate a
jamen, så
little
vil
better
mange af vores
than we do,
udfordringer, mange af vores problemer
a
i
lot of our
dagligdagen,
challenges, a
de
lot of
ville
our
forsvinde, fordi
problems
de er
in our daily lives would
menneskeskabte eller
disappear.
selvskabte.
These are
Vi bor på
human-made
den samme
problems.
planet, vi er alle sammen mennesker.
We live on the same planet. We're all human beings.
Juhu! Godt sagt.
Very well put.
Andreas, det er Irene igen. Så kan du
Andreas,
konkretisere,
it's
hvad det har
Irene
betydet
again.
for dit syn på naturbevarelse?
Can you tell us what it has meant for your view on nature preservation?
Ja, altså...
Yes.
Man forstår, at jorden er måske
You understand that
lidt skrøbelig.
the Earth
Det er noget, vi skal
is a little fragile,
altså også vores
something we have
atmosfære,
to
for
take
eksempel.
care of.
Altså, man ser den
Our
her
atmosphere
meget
as
tynde
well.
blå linje,
You see
der
this
udgør
very, very
atmosfæren,
thin
og
blue
der
line
beskytter
that is the
jorden og alt
atmosphere,
liv på
and that
jorden
protects
fra
the Earth and all
universet.
life on the
Og det
planet
er,
from the
den ser
universe.
meget tynd ud, og måske fordi den ser så tynd ud, så
It
virker
looks
den også
very thin,
lidt
and maybe
skrøbelig.
because it looks so
Noget
thin,
andet
it
interessant,
seems
men
fragile
også
to me. Another thing that is
kan se
interesting
heroppe fra, det er,
that you can see
selvom
from up here
mennesker har spredt sig ud over
is
hele
that
jorden, så
even
er
human
det
beings
stadigvæk
have
nogle
spread all
få
over the
områder,
planet.
vi
It's
bor i.
still
Altså, der er store
just
dele af
very
Nordafrika,
few areas
Sahara-ørkenen,
that we live
hvor der
in. There
næsten
are
ikke bor nogen
huge
mennesker.
areas like in the
Store dele
Sahara
af Outback
where
i
nobody is
Australien,
living.
altså, som er gold
Big areas in
ubeboeligt,
Australia,
sammen
no
med
people are living there.
Sydamerika,
South America as well,
Andesbjergene.
in the Andes. Nobody's living there.
Og vi
Huge areas.
konkurrerer selvfølgelig med meget andet
And we're
liv
competing
for de
with a
områder.
lot others
Man kan se,
in
hvor
these
meget vi
areas.
spreder sig, især om natten, når man ser
You can
lyset fra
see
storbyerne
how much
lyse
we're spreading out,
nattehimlen op.
especially at night
Og
when
man
you see
begynder at forstå,
the lights from the big
vi
cities,
har
and you start to understand
en stor indflydelse på planeten.
that we have a
Og ofte
big
er det på
influence on the
bekostning
planet,
af naturen og
and
andre
often
dyr. Og
at
det er
the
altså vigtigt,
expense
at
of
vi ikke
nature and
forskubber
animals. And it's
naturen,
important
og
that we
forskubber
don't
de andre dyr, i og
push
med, at
out
vi spreder os
nature
til
and
de
the
områder, hvor
other
vi bor.
animals while we're spreading out to
Andreas,
other
Irene
areas
igen.
where we want to live.
Os, der følger dig på
Andreas,
de
it's
sociale
Irene
medier,
again.
vi ser jo de der enormt flotte billeder, du
On
tager
social
op
media,
fra
we see these
ISS.
beautiful
Men der er måske mange
photos
mennesker, der
that
ikke
you're
forstår,
sending
hvordan
from the ISS.
rumfarten
A lot of people might not understand how space travel and nature preservation are connected.
Ja, altså rigtig meget af vores forståelse for
a lot of our understanding of the planet, or the Earth, comes from space travel.
Konstant om jorden og
satellites that are constantly circulating around, orbiting. We get data, and researchers get data to understand the interaction between the industrialization and nature. And we need this data that covers the Earth, data from space, to take photos and share them, can hopefully also create some awareness of our planet. There's a lot we can use from space. For instance, biologists are using GPS to understand how animals are living, and they can study them. A couple of days ago, I read about a bird that had traveled 13,000 kilometers from Alaska to either New Zealand or Australia. We can use GPS to study animals and life and get a bigger understanding that we understand that animals don't necessarily stay where they are. They move around.
Vi kunne ikke være mere enige.
We so agree with you.
Kære Andreas.
Andreas?
Ikke nu. Vi glæder os i hvert fald til at se og bruge alle de flotte billeder, du har taget derop fra.
We are looking very much forward to seeing all your beautiful photos.
Her til sidst, Andreas, så vil vi gerne høre, om du har
at the end, we'd like to hear
og dem, der ser med.
If you have anything to say to us.
Jamen, jeg håber,
everybody
at
here and viewers.
har nyt
I hope that you have enjoyed it and that you have learned a lot and you've become inspired. The Earth is so fascinating. And even if only takes me an hour and a half to go all the way around the Earth, I can promise you it is huge. There's so many things that are still being explored on Earth. A lot of the things that we need to understand better. There's a lot to do still if you're interested in science. And I hope that today you have been inspired and that you want to go out and get experiences and help us become understand better our planet and ourselves.
Kæreste Andreas, tusind tak.
Dear Andreas, thank you so much from Uri and I. Thank you for being ambassador for our foundation and for nature.
Jamen, tusind tak. Det har været en
Thank you so much. It has been a great pleasure to participate today.
I laver på vejen.
I am so grateful for the work that you do on behalf of nature and behalf of us humans.
Så er det os, der gavner det arbejde, I laver for at bevare naturen.
We benefit from your work to preserve and conserve nature.
Kære kammerat, pas godt på dig selv og kom sikkert hjem igen.
Dear friend, take very good care and come home safely. We look very much forward to seeing you again. Thank you so much. I'll take care. I don't have much time yet until I come home. Only 2 months. And I look very much forward to seeing everybody again.
Hej, Andreas.
Bye, Andreas.
Hej.
Bye.
Station, this is Houston ACR. That concludes the event. Thank you.
Thank you to all participants from ESA. Station, we are now resuming operational audio communications.